This is Vanessa from Building Bridges Counseling Services. Happy Self-Care Sunday. Woohoo! Hope you all are having a lovely week. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about self-care when we're feeling anxious and a little bit about anxiety and different ways that we can support ourselves when we're feeling anxious to kind of help us navigate it so that we can feel a little less anxious. So one of the things is from a really great book, it's the Mind Body Workbook for Anxiety, is they talk a little bit about the different systems that can impact our ability and ways that we can kind of navigate some of our anxiety. So the first system is called the I system. So all of us have an I system, and it is either on or it's off. So it's either in active mode or it's in resting mode. So as the book says, is when it's on, it creates anxiety. So when we're really in that active space, we're starting to feel a lot of those body sensations. It's really activated. We're kind of, in some ways, if you think about, some of our thoughts are very like eye focused and really kind of feeling inward. So some of the ways that you can know when your eye system is on is when your mind becomes cluttered, it starts to spin, you get spinning thoughts, your body is tense, your awareness starts to become a bit tunnel visioned, and either your mental or physical health becomes kind of impaired. One of the things the book says that it's called the I system because it prompts you to falsely identify with the spinning thoughts and the physical distress it causes. So we start to actually believe the kind of spinning thoughts, and we start to really be like, oh my gosh, these thoughts are real, even though when we look at them from the reality standpoint is they're not. The other system that they talk about is ways to kind of reduce your anxiety is the power of self. So this is really about thinking and looking at, when we are in that I statement activation place, is how you feel, see the world, and act around you. Act when you're in that I system and when it's resting. So sometimes it can be really helpful to do this kind of reflection work when we're not feeling anxious. So it's something we can write down and take a picture on our phone so that we can carry it with us, so that when we are feeling like our I system is being activated, that it can bring us back to a little bit more of that awareness. It's also really interesting to think about not only what we think to kind of help us slow us down when we're not anxious, but also how we feel and what our body is doing. So that's kind of a little bit ties into the next one around the mind-body bridging. So mind-body bridge is when you use kind of tools that not only incorporate our thoughts and our actions, but also how we can slow down some of those physical sensations. So one of the other strategies that can be really helpful is something called the anxiety or here at Building Bridges, we call it the superhero anxiety method. So it's this idea that if we kind of on a web, imagine that a superhero has come down from wherever superheroes come from, and they are basically telling us what are some strategies or thoughts or feelings that are helpful in navigating what we're feeling anxious about. So you can write them down in a web format, and then the superhero will help you that when you're experiencing that anxiety, you can revisit those things. So for example, if we are feeling nervous about writing an email due to kind of some of the anxiety that's coming up, we might write how we might be sitting, or where's the helpful place to write that email, or what do we need from our body. So do we need to take a deep breath? Do we need to feel grounded? Do we need to have feet on the floor? So it's that incorporating kind of the thoughts, actions, and responses of our body. So you can do it on a web, you can write it in a book, but it's something that maybe you can carry with you. So in those moments of anxiety, it's something we can revisit to still help us either help us during when we're feeling anxious, but also help us after to kind of reflect on maybe where we were at and something that we were maybe missing or not aware of. So give that a try. If you have any questions or anything about how to navigate anxiety, we have quite a bit of toolbox of different strategies, but just try those couple. And if you have any kind of cool strategies that help you navigate anxiety by using the brain, body, and actions, post them in the comments below. Hope you all are having a lovely day, and we'll see you next week. Bye!